Now, I saw this video from Adella Afadi, I think that's how we say her name, and she was chatting on some of the mindsets just in general life, internet, people, social mindsets that she believed we needed to live in 2021, and I got inspired. So here's my version: 5 things that we should be leaving behind in 2021 as it pertains to our careers. Hey guys, I hope you are doing well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Mpho. I'm a CA and I like to chat all things business, sometimes careers, and sometimes a little bit about life. Now, in today's video, we are chatting about some of the mindsets that I believe we should be living in 2021 as they relate to careers. The first point I want to mention is imposter syndrome. Now, you know, a lot of us experience this, or we say we experience this, where we've been invited into rooms, we've been given positions, and we just question whether we belong, we question whether we're qualified, and you know, it's just that doubting yourself that happens at the back of your mind, which then makes you anxious about performance, and oftentimes could actually just lead to you just not doing a great job. So in 2021, I want us to believe that when we're given opportunities, it's because we belong, it's because we're qualified. I came across this saying, or I'm going to paraphrase recently, but it says that for you to believe something, you need to accumulate some sort of evidence that make you believe. And that's what I want us to consider, right? The fact that you've been hired for that job, the fact that you've been invited to speak at that event, the fact that you have been called, you've been chosen, is because you're qualified. That's evidence, and that's what you need to hold on to when you're feeling doubtful, when you're feeling underqualified, when you're just questioning why you. Just have a list of all of those, you know, that portfolio of evidence that you've built up across the years. The second thing that I want to mention is just overworking ourselves, working until 3 a.m., working every single day, working on weekends, you know, doing nothing but working, having lives that revolve around working. First and foremost, I want us to redefine what productivity means, and that should include resting. Productivity in your definition should include having a clean house. It should include looking after yourself and shouldn't be just about work. So in 2022, I want us to work and be productive in the work that we do, but also I want us to be productive in that work so that we spend less time doing it. I feel like I sound like a corporate princess now, but really just find a way to manage your time. And I know sometimes it isn't in our control, sometimes it's just work that's demanding, but then, you know, you can't give your whole life on a job. So the thing that I want us to live in 2021 is just overworking ourselves, working 24/7. And obviously, you know your goals, you know your dreams, you do need to do what it takes to achieve those. But if your dreams need you to be working 24/7, then maybe you need to even question those dreams. Number 3 is staying in environments that we've decided aren't for us. So, you know, when you leave a position before you even leave it, and this isn't just about jobs, this is about teams, this is about even companies and maybe jobs, you know. I believe that when you have made up your mind that a certain role doesn't work for you or a certain team doesn't work for you, staying there, do that if you're still able to give your all. If it's just now affecting your productivity and your contribution to that team, then it isn't serving you and it also isn't serving your team. In 2022, we're leaving behind staying in situations that aren't serving us, because when we put ourselves in those situations, we're not able to serve our teams and consequently to serve ourselves. The fourth point that I want to mention is outsourcing our development. So I want you to think of how a normal employee takes their development, right? You do a certain piece of work and then there's a feedback session, and then you take what they've given you on that feedback. Maybe they've recommended certain coaching program that you need to attend if maybe, you know, they identify areas where you need to be coached. Some teams may even suggest training programs to upskill you. I want us to rethink that in 2022. I want each and every one of us to be in charge of our development. And how I want us to do this, right, is you sit down and look at yourself. Write down the things that you're good at, write down the things that you're bad at. Now, once you've identified the things that you're bad at, then you write down how you want to address all of those things that you're bad at. An example would be, if you know you're not the most organized person, write that down, right? You've identified that you're not organized, and then have a plan on how you want to sort out not being organized. In that way, you're in control of your development. You're not necessarily waiting on a 360-degree feedback type of thing, or an end of a project for you to then be aware of the fact that you're not organized. So self-awareness, write down all of the things that you're weak in, and then have a plan on how you want to tackle each one of them. I'll give you an example. One of my greatest weaknesses is I'm scared of being wrong, or I'm scared of failing. And what I did is I actually started this YouTube channel because I realized that if I can say something that's wrong in front of many people, potentially, I'll be a little less scared to raise my voice in meetings and say something that's potentially wrong there. That's me having identified a possible area of improvement, and that's also me having taken the task of actually solving that, of fixing that, developing myself. The fifth and last point that I want to mention is just over-reliance on a company's brand. I work for a leading bank in commercial property finance, and before that I worked for a top 4 audit firm. That's great, right? I have that on my CV, but I also understand that I need to brand myself. Who is Mpho? I need to come up with how I want to be known, and I need to take it upon myself to actually then branding myself and being known as that person that I want to be known. I need to social proof myself. It's not something that I can outsource to anyone else. And that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please do subscribe, do like, and share with someone that you think could also benefit from these videos. Until next time, bye.